Welcome back to another video, and well, today no tutorial. Today I'm just going to be ranting about Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, what are my thoughts on them, and what I'm going to be using going forward. Now real quick, I'm going to answer one of the most common comments in the previous Unreal Engine 4 versus Unreal Engine 5 video. I'm running a 6-year-old GPU, and a lot of you think that it's not an old GPU. To which I'm really surprised, because I've always upgraded my PC every 5 years. I know a lot of other people are upgrading them even faster to keep up with the newest technologies, having the greatest components. I've never been about that. I've always just when the years go by, my GPU is not and the other components are not really able to handle the newest titles at the FPS that I desire. I'm always going for a really high graphics card at that specific time period, and in 2015 this was one of the, if not the best GPU, well, probably not the best, but one of the best GPUs, because there's obviously a 390X version which is even more powerful than this one, but this was one of the better GPUs at that time. I paid 370 euros for that, and with the situation today, I get that some of the people might be frustrated about this thing, because right now the GPUs are costing a fortune, and you can buy an old garbage GPU for an insane amount of price. Same goes for my GPU. I bought it for 370 euros. I can sell it for 370 euros right now, and somebody would probably buy that, even though it's an old GPU. It's been used for quite many years already, but the prices are just insane at this point. And obviously I cannot really, I don't even wanna be able to afford like the GPU right now. I don't want to buy a new GPU right now. I don't feel like spending more than my entire system on one component. I just don't feel like doing so. It just doesn't seem right to me to pay 1,500 euros or even more for a GPU that's like a legitimate, like really good upgrade, not just a little bit. I don't see a point in spending 800 euros on a 1660, which is just slightly better, well, quite a bit better than this GPU, but it's not like an insane amount of performance increase like it should be. If I'm spending the amount that basically my system is worth, essentially, almost, right? So with that being said, obviously everything gets better, everything gets stronger, the GPUs are getting released even more powerful, the CPUs are getting released more powerful, and same goes for the engines. We have Unreal Engine 5 now, which is way more powerful, way more capable, and a lot of cool features in it. But for the most part at this point, well, I hope that that is just because this is an early access build. I really don't like Unreal Engine 5, essentially. I don't like it. I like the UI, it looks great. I prefer this UI rather than the other one. I really enjoy the nanite technology, but the performance just for my system, it's just not there. If you're using like the 30 series graphics cards or like the 6000s from the AMD, obviously your performance is going to be way higher. You're going to be really able to take advantage of all these new features like Lumen and all that stuff. It's probably going to be really great for you. For me, it's not. I cannot use those features. I'm not developing games for them to come out within the next 4 to 6 years like the Unreal Engine 5 is supposed to. Like, you're not supposed to make games now with Unreal Engine 5 because it's not even fully released yet. It's just an early access build. So I get that part, that it's built for the future. In the future, probably my thoughts will change on this. I'm gonna go back to Unreal Engine 5 for now. This might be the last video for quite a while that I'm actually even gonna launch this engine, and I'm probably gonna be deleting because I'm struggling with the space a little bit. Of course, I could buy a new hard drive, but can't be bothered. I don't really care about Unreal Engine 5 at this moment. It's just going to be some extra free space on my hard drive if I just simply delete it, because why should I have it if I don't even really use it? Now, one thing that I'm really kind of disappointed about is if we launch this, obviously I disabled Lumen, I've disabled a bunch of stuff, otherwise everything would just be dead at this point, I would assume. Now, here is just a landscape, that's it. 40 FPS. Just the landscape. 16 by 16. those components, I guess that's what it was called. Not even 40 FPS. Exactly the same thing. No rebuild lighting. Unreal Engine 5, 60 FPS, way more ms, nearly 70 FPS even. Yeah, way bigger difference. Obviously, in my projects I don't use these huge of landscapes. They're way smaller and they're also streamed. Obviously you could do similar thing with world partitioner in Unreal Engine 5, but from the tests I've done at this point, with the bugs in there, with having me to disable lumen, I wanted to build a massive open world map, seeing the best possibilities of nanite firsthand. I decided that I'm not going to do that right now because I don't feel like the Unreal Engine 5 is really built and meant to be used with 6-year-old GPUs. Obviously, probably they don't have the technology in them to support that as well as maybe they should. So yeah, I'm going to be sticking with Unreal Engine 4, where the performance is way better, where I've made 99.9% of my tutorials, where I made all of my projects in. I feel like the performance is there, the graphics quality is there, everything is here in Unreal Engine 4 already available. So now let's say you're a new developer and you're wondering which engine should you use. If you're a quick learner and you're going to release your game within the year or 2 years, use Unreal Engine 4 without even a question, without even thinking about it, because you still need to wait like nearly 2 years before the Unreal Engine 5 is fully released, because this is an early access build that we have right now. And even if you don't plan on releasing game within the next year or two, I still would use Unreal Engine 4 because of the fact that right now Unreal Engine 5 is very buggy. There is a lot of issues. World Partitioner is a little bit questionable on how it works. It works great. It does the job. I can't seem to delete the landscapes once I create those. I can't seem to rebuild the lighting if I disable lumen. There's issues and issues on top of other issues. Yeah, so I made previous videos that they work for Unreal Engine 4 and for Unreal Engine 5. The codes are tested in both. I've made like the entire thing separately. I didn't just copy it over. I recreated everything in one and recreated everything in other right from the scratch, just to make sure that it's exactly the same thing, so that there's no real differences. And yeah, some of the things, most of the things will work exactly the same thing. So essentially, learning Unreal Engine 4 is a better idea, because most of the knowledge you will be able to transfer to Unreal Engine 5 in the future, once it's better, once hopefully the graphics card prices will go down and majority of people will actually be able to afford these graphics cards. Because if you're gonna build a game that's like hugely performance heavy and that requires huge graphics cards for them, and if majority of the people are not really able to afford them, then who are you making that game for? For yourself and for the other couple of thousand game developers and fanatics that have these huge graphics cards, who are willing to spend 3+ K on a graphics card? Or you're making this game for everybody, so everybody can have fun and enjoy it. So that's pretty much it for my rant. I'm gonna stick with Unreal Engine 4, so you're not gonna see any more Unreal Engine 5 content for quite a while now. If you have any more questions, you can leave them down in the description box. Yes, I think Unreal Engine 5 is gonna be better, is gonna be cooler, is gonna be get used more in the future. Right now, there's way too many issues with it, and I don't even want to launch it anymore at this point. So if you watched the entire video about me just ranting about some random Unreal stuff, make sure to leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on this topic? Because obviously a lot of people disagreed with me, with my opinion about the age of my graphics card. So maybe a lot of you will disagree with this stuff that I'm saying, or maybe agree, I don't know. Just leave a comment down below. What are your opinions on Unreal Engine 5? Will you be using it in the near future, or you're just gonna keep on waiting up until like an actual decent release? If you know more ways how to improve the FPS in Unreal Engine 5, how to improve the performance, how to get rid of the error that is the landscape has empty bounds error, which Unreal Engine forum did not help me with. If you know how to get rid of that, let me know. If you know how to delete landscapes once you are using the world partitioner, let me know. If you're wondering about what I'm doing to increase the Unreal Engine 4 performance, there's a couple of ticks. In the project settings, first I look for lumen. I already disabled it, so I disabled lumen. If you type in lumen, there's going to be two drop downs, and in the first one I select none, and the second one I select screen space. Then I go to look for the shadows. I change those to the shadow maps, and also there is a distance field, something generate mesh distance fields are enabled by default. I disable those, and then I can nearly hit the same performance as in Unreal Engine 4. Not exactly, but I can nearly hit the same FPS in the default template. But once I start adding like landscape, the FPS goes down really bad. Maybe I'm assuming they just want to disclose the landscapes in general in the future and just run meshes, which isn't like a bad idea. But then we will need to sculpt those somewhere else perhaps, or we can sculpt it over here and then export that. But that's a lot of work again, a lot of all kinds of things. So yeah, anyway, that's it for me ranting. Thank you for watching this video. No tutorial today, but I'm gonna see you on Friday with a new video. And yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.